The Egyptian desert, beneath the relentless sun and the shifting sands, a mystery lay hidden for more than 3,000 years. The Valley of the Kings, a place where pharaohs were buried in splendor, had been combed over by countless explorers, treasure hunters, and archaeologists. Many believed that all its secrets had already been stripped away by tomb robbers of antiquity. But in 1922, one man's determination would prove them wrong, and the name Tutankhamun, once lost to history, would echo across the world. The man was Howard, a meticulous and passionate archaeologist who had spent years chasing what many call the fool's dream. Backed financially by Lord Carnarvon, Carter had searched tirelessly in the Valley of the Kings. Season after season, his team unearthed nothing of note. Skeptics whispered that his career would end in failure. Carnarvon himself considered withdrawing support. But Carter was convinced. Somewhere in the valley lay a hidden tomb, untouched, waiting for the right hands to find it. Then, in November 1922, Carter's team uncovered a series of steps carved into the bedrock. Excitement pulsed through the dig site. The steps led to a sealed doorway marked with the cartouche of Tutankhamun, a name barely known at the time. Carter sent word to Carnarvon, who rushed to Luxor to witness what would become the most famous unsealing in history. On November 26th, Carter broke through a small hole in the plastered doorway. Holding a candle, he peered inside. Lord Carnarvon asked anxiously, "Can you see anything?" Carter's response would pass into legend. Yes, wonderful things. What lay beyond was staggering. Inside the antechamber, the flickering light revealed treasures piled high, glittering with gold. Statues of gods, golden couches, alabaster vessels, ceremonial chariots, and mysterious animal-headed guardians filled the space, stacked in chaotic splendor as though frozen mid-ritual. It was a sight unlike anything the modern world had ever seen. A royal tomb, almost untouched by thieves, preserved as if time itself had conspired to protect it. For weeks, Carter and his team carefully cataloged each artifact, a painstaking process that stretched into years. But this was only the beginning. Behind sealed doors lay further chambers, each revealing new wonders. The burial chamber held nested shrines, one inside another like colossal gilded boxes. Within them, an ornate stone sarcophagus encased 3 coffins. The innermost was solid gold, cradling the mummified body of the young pharaoh. Covering his face was a masterpiece of ancient craftsmanship, the golden funerary mask, inlaid with lapis lazuli, quartz, and obsidian. The mask's serene, godlike expression became the very symbol of ancient Egypt itself. But who was Tutankhamun? Why had his tomb, unlike so many others, escaped the fate of looting and destruction? And why did his name, nearly erased from memory, survive long enough to be rediscovered in such glory? Tutankhamun was born around 1341 BCE, during a period of immense upheaval in Egypt's history. His father, the controversial pharaoh Akhenaten, had tried to upend centuries of tradition by replacing Egypt's pantheon of gods with the worship of a single deity, Aten, the sun disk. This radical experiment, known as the Amarna Revolution, shook the foundations of Egyptian society and alienated priests, nobles, and common people alike. When Akhenaten died, the throne passed through a turbulent succession before reaching Tutankhamun, who was only about 9 years old. As a boy king, Tutankhamun did not rule alone. He was guided by powerful advisors, including a high-ranking official, and Horemheb, a military general. Under their direction, the young pharaoh reversed his father's policies, restoring the traditional gods and returning the capital to Thebes. His very name was changed from Tutankhaten, living image of Aten, to Tutankhamun, living image of Amun, symbolizing the revival of Egypt's old religion. Despite his efforts, Tutankhamun's reign was brief. He died around the age of 18 or 19, after less than a decade on the throne. The cause of his death remains one of history's great mysteries. Modern examinations of his mummy have revealed a frail body with evidence of malaria, a cleft palate, and possibly a clubfoot. Some scholars suggest he died from an accident, such as a chariot crash, while others believe illness or genetic disorders linked to royal inbreeding played a role. Darker theories whisper of assassination, as Egypt's court was rife with intrigue and ambition. After his death, Tutankhamun was buried in haste. His tomb, unusually small for a pharaoh, suggests that his passing was unexpected and that a tomb meant for someone else may have been repurposed for him. This may also explain why it remained hidden. Built beneath later construction, it was largely concealed and overlooked by ancient looters, leaving its treasures for Carter to uncover millennia later. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb sent shockwaves across the globe. Newspapers splashed photographs of glittering artifacts across their front pages. The young pharaoh became an overnight sensation, embodying the glamour and mystery of Egypt's lost world. Crowds flocked to exhibitions. Poets, artists, and filmmakers drew inspiration from the Golden Mask and the tale of the boy king. But alongside fascination came fear. In 1923, Lord Carnarvon, Carter's benefactor, died suddenly from an infected mosquito bite. Sensational headlines proclaimed that the curse of the pharaohs had struck, warning that those who disturbed Tutankhamun's rest would face doom. Rumors swirled of mysterious accidents, strange illnesses, and unexplained deaths linked to the tomb. Though most of these stories were exaggerated or coincidental, the legend of the curse only deepened the tomb's mystique. For Egyptologists, however, the true treasure was knowledge. The artifacts provided an unparalleled glimpse into the daily life, beliefs, and artistry of ancient Egypt. From intricate jewelry to ceremonial weapons, from board games to furniture, each item told a story of a civilization at its peak. The treasures revealed the Egyptians' devotion to the afterlife, their mastery of craftsmanship, and their belief in the divine power of their kings. More than a century after its discovery, Tutankhamun's tomb remains a cornerstone of archaeology. Advances in science continue to shed new light on his life and death. DNA analysis has revealed details about his lineage, suggesting that his parents were siblings, a practice common in royal dynasties, but one that may have weakened his health. CT scans of his mummy have allowed researchers to reconstruct his appearance, revealing not the robust warrior king of legend, but a fragile youth burdened with deformities. And yet, for all the answers unearthed, Tutankhamun remained shrouded in mystery. His short reign left little mark on the political history of Egypt, yet his rediscovery reshaped the world's fascination with the ancient past. He is paradoxically both one of the least consequential pharaohs in life and one of the most iconic in death. Today, the treasures of Tutankhamun continue to dazzle audiences in museums around the world. His golden mask is displayed in Cairo, drawing millions of visitors who gaze into the serene face of a boy who became a god. Exhibitions of his artifacts have toured the globe, inspiring generations to dream of pyramids, hieroglyphs, and buried secrets. The allure endures because Tutankhamun represents more than just a king. He is a bridge between past and present, a reminder of the fragility of life and the immortality of memory. His tomb tells us that even in death, stories can wait for centuries to be told, and when unearthed, they can capture the imagination of the entire world. The sands of Egypt still whisper with secrets. Countless tombs remain undiscovered, their treasures locked away beneath the earth. But none may ever rival the wonder that came when Howard Carter's candle first pierced the darkness of Tutankhamun's tomb. In that moment, history itself seemed to awaken, and the boy king, forgotten for millennia, stepped once more into the light.